Hello, hello. Perfidious Pete here, welcoming you back for the second hour of our Terra Readathon in XCOM, The Long War. Yes, that's right, folks. We're still here, and we're still short of our goal. Our goal of ensuring that no mission ever again need fear the curse of Terra Read. And we're asking for your help, because even a small donation can go a long way toward helping connect Terra's needy skull with a high-velocity bolt of alien plasma. So call now, folks, and make a pledge to help pay for the research we so desperately need in order to solve the Terra Read conundrum. And that research mostly involves having her dash in front of overwatching aliens until one of them finally connects and splatters her into a gooey paste on a nearby wall. But we are asking for your help, folks, so as we go to our tactical team, and as you watch them struggle to eradicate the alien menace from this large UFO they have found themselves inside, remember, operators are standing by throughout the broadcast, ready for your donation. Phone now, and together we can end the curse of Terra Read in our lifetimes. Alright, so we are definitely going to be dealing with the curse of Terra Read for at least the next little while as we prepare to finish our assault on this large UFO. Now, we did get an audio clue, so we know somewhere in this general vicinity that I like to call the transport ship rectal region. We do know there's a pod, possibly two, somewhere in that neighborhood, so we are going to advance on that position relatively slowly and prepare to eliminate whatever waits inside. So let's take first movies here for old alpha dog Justin Timberlake. Have him advance over, just keep a weather eye out there. Jonathan Keyquan, well, it looks like it's clear inside, so we're going to have Keyquan advance at a dash. And we should be able to get a fairly reasonable setup for an assault here. Let's put the tool pusher right behind him. You know, I think we'll take the surgeon. Well, I'm not too terribly sure what may be overlurking in that vicinity. So before we get too terribly aggressive, let's have like a Terra Read or someone head over in that direction just to sort of take a look. I don't expect there to be any alien activity over there because we did eliminate a pod of mutons down in this neck of the woods. My guess is this is probably safe, but it won't hurt to have Terra Read go take a look because if anybody is going to stumble into danger, let's just say that Terra is the right woman for that particular job. So for the surgeon then, we'll have him dash to that corner cover. Lindsay all day lowing. Gonna get prepared to take a position, probably go on Overwatch for us. You know what? Actually, let's have the other half of Team Over Here door be Lindsay Lohan. And we'll probably, or no probably, we're gonna send Paris Hilton along as a part of that as well. Paris Hilton, no stranger to a little girl-on-girl action. So Lindsay and Paris would oh, well, we have a pod right there. Okay, so what does that look like? One of those was a seeker, I think. Didn't get a very good look at the remaining rest of the units in that pod. I didn't exactly get a good view there. Joss Whedon's not going to be able to contribute much. This is a little risky, but I'm actually going to take this risk just to see if we can get vision on them, and if we... Okay. So we do definitely have Seekers then. And they've stealthed up, and they're going to get a reaction move, which is probably going to be towards our units. So since we did see Seekers, it was the right move there to... Was the right move to take that with Joss Whedon. Alright, where is Chris the Surgeon? Alright, so Surgeon...
Okay.
Don't really relish the idea of leaving you in full cover, or rather, in no cover. But, on the plus side, you should be able to decloak any of the Seekers that are around here, so... Can we land one there? Yeah. Alright, so this should decloak any Seekers that may be in a dangerous position. And in fact, they're all just standing... I mean, they're waiting to die. We have a number of troopers that are going to do some very, very nasty things to that blob of dudes, so... We're going to move Justin Timberlake up here now. Timberlake, of course, has the temerity and, frankly, the overwhelming staying power. Staying in this region and doing some nasty shit to these aliens is going to be no problem for Timberlake. The man has been a fixture in Hollywood and pop music for a good long while now, so...
Launching proximity mine.
That apparently stuck to the roof. Okay then. That was unexpected and may make this turn slightly more difficult than we had anticipated. So yeah, we pinned that to a roof somehow. Not entirely sure how that's even possible. We're getting some weird bounces going on here. So can we not get that? Let's see if maybe this will hit our target and not be stuck to the roof. Alright, well, the tool pusher doing some good work for us at least. Jonathan Keyquan, what can you do? Well, you can get up to a pretty reasonable firing position at the minimum. And hopefully our XCOM troopers can't set off those proximity mines. I mean, I'm hoping. Jonathan Keyquan here with a 100% chance to hit. Nice critical, actually, from Keyquan. Keyquan not getting a follow-up shot, which is unfortunate. Not overly worried about Tara Reid getting a shot. Let's get Lindsay Lohan in, however. What can you do, Lohan? And Lohan has a number of strongish-looking shots. She doesn't have one at the... She does not have a shot at the lead seeker, which is unfortunate. We're going to have to do what we can here. We're going to go with the rapid fire. Alright, that's got a kill for Lindsay. Didn't even need the second shot. Alright, so we're going to send Tara Reid over to that region. And there's no cover available back here, which has me a little worried, actually. I mean, we could send Paris Hilton up there and have her straight up kill a guy, but not necessarily sure that's the best use of Paris's skill. So we're going to have to leave Chris Brown in a somewhat vulnerable position here. Now, Jonathan Keyquan should be getting some shots.
Incoming fire.
Well, that guy's hollow targeting. Alright, I don't really think that's going to help him a whole lot with Justin Timberlake, of course. Timberlake, like I said, the staying power to be a Hollywood Lothario for years, decades, and eons to come. There's no dealing with the man. He has, well, frankly, he's got the stamina of a long-distance runner. It's fantastic.
That's what armor is for.
Yeah, it's to stop that one damage. That Seeker should be kind of ashamed, actually. That's pretty pathetic. One damage. Alright, Joss Whedon, you're finally in position, and you have at least one can't-miss shot, so why don't you go ahead and take that. Yeah, that's one of those Seekers down. And you can double tap and finish off the leader. Can indeed. Right. And since Jonathan Keyquan, one of our troopers that isn't at maximum level, we're actually going to give him the final kill on Johnny Seeker here. And Jonathan Keyquan puts the lid on that jar of salt.
It's killing time.
Let's reload, and let's just make sure that this area is fully clear. And again, when exploring the unknown, choose Tara Reid. Tara Reid, ready to be put into any kind of vulnerable and or dangerous position at a moment's notice. Because her life means less to us than the pair of socks that we put on this morning. I am going to have Tara Reid actually go take a peek out this door just to make sure that our flank is fully covered. But I'm going to guess, based on the number of pods we've eliminated so far, that there should be at most like a command pod, possibly. We may even have defeated the command pod, although it would be one of the weaker ones we've seen.
Moving out.
Like 3 berserkers and 4 other mutons, I think, were in it. But my guess is there's probably still a command pod somewhere on the map.
Location
and then
confirmed.
possibly one other pod, maybe. We'll see what sort of audio clues we get at the end of this turn, but I'm guessing this area is probably clear. There were a number of Seekers in there. It looks like there were like 6 or 7. So let's position some of our units to begin advancing down this middle corridor.
Moving out.
10-4.
My guess is probably our next move is going to be to head
Moving out.
in this direction. We may actually go along the rooftop. Last time we did one of these missions, our little roof assault that we did turned out to be a surprisingly effective tactic. We may repeat that. But we are going to have Tara Reid just take a quick peek outside to make sure that everything is cool. And so no audio clues at all, which leads me to believe that there are probably no aliens waiting outside.
On the move.
But Tara Reid can take a peek. And what have you got, Tara? Anything? Nothing? Everything? All rolled into one?
Headed there now.
Everything and nothing? The beginning and the end? The alpha and omega? Yeah, actually, Tara Reid's going to spend the next several turns being useless as she plays catch-up to our main advance. really don't like sending Lindsay Lohan up, but if we do encounter a unit up here, at the worst case scenario, we can always just have Lindsay jump down. So here we go. And the rooftop looks clear, so we're going to advance along this rooftop with everyone but Justin Timberlake. Actually, you know what? In this case, unlike last time when we had Drake, who was not able to take advantage of this tactic, with old JT,
already there.
you got the jet boots, baby. Justin Timberlake, he can fly. Yeah, it's like a Sugar Ray song, man. Justin Timberlake just wanna fly. Of course, if you put your arms around him, he's gonna fly away and probably burn you with the backblast from his jet boots.
Already there.
May not necessarily be advisable to put your arms around him, baby. Put your arms around him, baby. Just throwing that out there. You're still, you know, if you want to put your arms around Justin Timberlake, that would not be an uncommon response.
Double time.
There's probably a lot of people in the world that wouldn't mind getting a little bit of grapple on with JT.
Move, move, move.
This is mostly dashing then, since everything should be clear. We're just going to have a lot of troopers dashing about sort of pell-mell for the next couple turns. Still no audio clues, huh? Gotta say, a little surprised by that. And so let's have Lohan advance as far as she can, and then we're gonna put her on Overwatch. Now there may be something in this neck of the woods. Can we see the door down here? Alright, the door is closed. Actually, none of these doors are open. Alright. So our command pod... The last couple times we've done this map, our command pod has been in this vicinity, so I'm just going to assume that it's there, but I am going to send somebody over, because we've had a couple pods recently that were also, like, spawning in that area, and it wouldn't hurt to check that out before we overcommit. So let's have Justin Timberlake dash over there to just sort of take a peek. And that's going to be clear then, because old JT would have spawned them if they were... If there was a pod to be spawned, Justin would have spawned them. And again, alright, so we've got full-on clear. We're clear to bring the full team to point. So gonna have a couple dash movements here for
double time.
Jonathan Keyquan, Justin Timberlake, Tara Reid, assorted others. You know, let's just have Tara Reid catch up around the outside. Probably gonna be the quickest way to get Tara into position. And Justin Timberlake has already vouchsafed that area of advance, so we know we're covered. The tool pusher. I don't want to do anything too crazy with Jesse James, but I would like to get some eyes over here. It still looks clear, actually. Lohan, why don't you just, out of an abundance of precaution, we're going to put Lindsay Lohan on Overwatch. Paris Hilton, just dash to try and get a firing position. Alright. Okay, so there's our audio clue. Alright, so we do have... What is probably the command pod, then, is going to be over in this neck of the woods. Uh-huh. I see. I see your command pod, and I raise you my squad of troopers. Alright, so we're not exactly sure where they are, and they could theoretically actually be in
Affirmative. Moving
the little command zone, what I like to call the flight deck. There are a couple flight computers and some power cells and whatnot in there. Theoretically could be in that region. And it's nice to see Joss Whedon anchoring the team there, and by that I mean dragging around like a boat anchor as opposed to holding things down.
Position confirmed.
In a positive fashion, at any rate. He's actually dragging us down, man. Dragging us down. I don't...
I'm on it, Commander.
Yeah, we're going to be very cautious here.
I've got my eyes on.
My theory, the audio clue came from over in this neck of the woods, but I'm guessing probably they're in that building. So we're just going to make sure everyone is ready to storm in at the same time. We're going with a simultaneous Blitzkrieg-style assault. Aliens making use of their Maginot Line-like building bunker, and we're going to zip through Belgium and just come around their flank and get them into pooper. That's right, we're employing the German tactic. We're not above it. Yeah, so they're definitely in that room then.
What the hell was that?
Lindsay. Now, this isn't like last time when you said, what the hell is that? Although, I'm pretty sure that wasn't you, but I conflate all of my infantrymen. They're actually all the same guy. This isn't like the last time when you said, what is that? And legitimately didn't know because it was an ethereal and we had never encountered one before. This time you actually know what that is. It's a sectoid sound. Also, as I move Joss Whedon into position there, I can't help but feel a little bit terrified. The last time Joss Whedon was anchoring that doorway and we were about to open it up and do something that was, you know, sort of dangerous.
Location confirmed.
He missed a really high percentage shot, like a 92 or 93%, and George Clooney paid the price.
Hauling ass.
Hoping that we don't get a repeat of that scenario, I would be very, very upset with Joss if he jossed somebody 2 times in a row in the exact same thing, because let's face it, he does it the same way twice. He's not even showing us any kind of dramatic skill or dramatic chops there. That's just
Position confirmed.
blatant reusing the same thing over and over, Joss. I mean, come on, you're a storyteller, man. You got to craft a little excitement for us. You can't give us the same thing over and over and expect to get a dramatic reaction from us every time.
Scanning.
Roger that. Scanning.
And yes, we do have a couple troopers that are just standing with their dongs,
I'm on it, Commander.
sort of swinging, or their meat curtains. That's Lindsay Lohan's one of them. I don't mean to gender stereotype there. She got her meat flaps hanging out in the breeze there, just waiting for something to happen. Really wouldn't mind having somebody open that door for Timberlake, actually. Not gonna happen, however, as we don't have a trooper available to do it. Tara Reid would make a good doorman. It's actually something that might be a useful way for Tara Reid to actually employ her meager talents. You can see her standing out on, like, you know, like a 7th Avenue building or something out front. Nice little gray coat and cap, looking all dapper, opening the door for folks, helping them with their packages, that kind of stuff. Why is this room always a disappointment? Every time I open this door and expect there to be enemies in there, there are no enemies in there. Every time.
Affirmative, Commander.
I'm just gotta need to come to the realization that enemies don't spawn ever in this room. They're always just near this room. Alright, so, well, we know this is safe then. I'm gonna have to assume that our command pod is gonna be back here.
Heading to that
So I guess we'll set up in an optimum rush position for that. Last time we had this... Oh man, this is... The similarities between this and when Joss Whedon completely boned George Clooney and just threw him to the wolves. But the similarities between these two situations is starting to get a little uncannily uncomfortable. It's a little too similar for comfort. So we're going to move Joss and put him at the front line. And this time, if he's going to decide that he just wants to straight up joss someone for no reason, it's going to be his own ass. He's going to have to write himself out of a script.
Roger that.
And let's face it, I'm not sure Joss's ego really is going to allow for that sort of tactic.
Moving to designated position.
Pretty sure if anybody's going to come out of that situation safe, it's going to be Joss Whedon. So we're just going to go with a little side flank maneuver here for the tool pusher, just in case we have enemies that are trying to swing around that side. He'll be there, available and ready to put the stop on them. Or possibly run around that corner with a critical grenade, if we have an opportune moment as well. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there's...
You hear that?
So they're over here? Alright, well the audio clue says they're over in that vicinity, which is weird. Do you have anyone who can just sort of peek around this corner, maybe? Perhaps a Tara Reid?
Headed there now.
This is empty, huh? I'm very cautious about this move. Okay, so they're... Oh, alright. Nothing over there.
Roger, Dodger.
Well then, I guess the aliens are going to be, like, over here? I gotta say, we have not encountered a situation where we've had enemy units in that particular location before, so let's get Chris the Surgeon Brown somewhere where he can provide a little bit of backup. Jesse James, actually, I would like you to move. If you're going to be hurling grenades, there's really no reason to have you that close to the action, buddy. Alternatively, we could put you around here. You could advance to that corner. That may be a better spot. A little bit of squandered movement there, but I think we'll be okay to recover. Where's Paris Hilton? We want Paris in a position where she can dash out the door. Same with Slick Shoes.
There now.
And then Lindsay Lohan we're going to want posted up right here, anchoring the other side of this door in the good way, not the Joss Whedon way, not the loading us down kind of anchoring, but the holding things steadfast against a surging tide of awful kind of way. And then I guess we'll have old Timby just step out here and go on Overwatch for us.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
Equan,
Roger. I've got my eyes.
you guys can all end your turn with Overwatch. That seems good. And I'm sort of wishing I still had a Chris Brown battle scanner, but really I feel it was probably best used revealing those enemy units. So, Whedon, open the door, and if you joss anyone on this one, it's going to be you. You're going to josh yourself.
Look sharp. Enemies rolling.
Alright, so we got a dude right there, actually. So this is our command pod, then. What do we got? Looks like 1, 2, 5 outsiders and a sectoid commander, and the Jocinator is going to have shots pretty much at all of them. This guy's definitely the most dangerous foe in that pack. If we can get him killed with a double tap, that would be lovely. We don't have to worry about anybody getting mind controlled that way. It would be quite a fantastic outcome. So Joss Wheaton, are you going to Joss someone? Not this time.
About to start keeping score.
So Joss Whedon, realizing that it completely cheapens the drama if you go to that well one too many times. This is an interesting situation. Here's what I'm thinking. We can have Jesse James wheel a grenade up here. It's going to do quite a bit of damage. Also, it's going to just full out destroy that cover. And that leaves the rest of our troopers with plenty of opportunities to do some very critical damage. But if we don't get him killed, it's going to leave the tool pusher in a stickier situation than after old Sandy Bullock walked in on himself and Cat Van D all tangled up. That being said, I'm still going to do it. If anybody can get into that kind of situation and get himself out undamaged, Jesse James is that man. So feed him a pineapple, Jesse. And that did not work out well at all. Oh, wait, no, Lindsay Lohan is still in full cover. Okay, I was going to say, if Lohan is no longer in full cover, we're in a real tough spot. We're going to take this shot, hope for the critical, and then we'll rapid fire at the guy with more health. It's possible this may work out perfectly. So a little bit of rapid fire, 295% chances. I got to expect Lindsay to close this out. Booyah! And that, folks, right there is why Lindsay Lohan is top of the kick. Beautifully done from the Lohan. Amazing performance.
I'm on my way.
I mean, seriously, that's Lindsay Lohan's greatest performance of her career. Better than Herbie, better than Freaky Friday. I mean, better even than the Parrot Trap. It's really a thing of beauty. And we cannot get our proximity mine far enough out. 62% is not quite as high as I would like. Paris Hilton and Jonathan Keyquan definitely have to move here. Could flamethrower those guys. Also could bind fray them with Terry Reid, which has some interesting possibilities. We flame him, he's going to panic. That's a given. Chris Brown really doesn't have a whole lot to offer. Paris Hilton is going to have to move, actually. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. First off, we're going to have Timberlake, and Timberlake is going to have to use a charge from his flamethrower. I don't necessarily like this move, but it's got to be done. We're going to panic. Oh shit, that was a double move. We're not going to be flamethrowing anything. Shit. Okay, well that was bad, but not unrecoverable. We can still dig our way out of this hole. We can flush shot that guy. This is going to hollow target him and possibly move him back. Or just do 2 damage. It's lovely. Alright, so Paris Hilton then can advance to here. What kind of rapid fire? Pretty good. This should be a kill. We're going to go ahead and take this. That guy's a little dangerous. The 2 targets on the ground. Shit. Well, the most likely outcome before that miss was that 2 targets on the ground would just shoot at Justin Timberlake. That may have changed the dynamic, but we should still be able to get a kill here. Jonathan Keyquan is going to close that out. And you know what? We're going to put Keyquan on Overwatch. Jesse James is still potentially in kind of a dangerous position. I don't think he can see any of the enemies. But I really feel probably a smoke grenade is going to be just... Let's do the make sure. This will guarantee that they shoot at Justin Timberlake, and JT can take the hit, baby. Or it could bizarrely wind up on the roof, covering none of our troopers, and leave everyone right smack dab in the center of Foxville. Nicely done, guys. Good work there. Now we're just going to move Chris Brown in case there's some kind of grenade or other AoE or explosive attack. 5 damage. Justin Timberlake laughs at your meager 5 damage. I mean, seriously, he's actually laughing right now. Mostly because he saw his own performance in Friends with Benefits and realized just how absolutely ridiculous that fucking movie is. And it has caused him to laugh uproariously. But it's going to be a little bit of flamethrower for our friendly neighborhood outsiders here. That's going to do quite a bit of damage. And it hasn't exactly put those 2 gentlemen in the best health available. They're panicking and dashing out into the open. Yep, there they go. So, kill me signs all over these guys. They're basically waiting to die at this point.
Is that a
So
bug?
we're going to give one kill to Jonathan Key Kwan, who can still make use of the experience.
Got it. Moving.
Going to put him in cover behind this tree and send one of these fellows onto their fair and happy hunting grounds in the alien sky. Or whatever sort of afterlife the aliens might believe in. Who the hell knows what their particular ontology is, and honestly, we don't really care.
Moving to position.
Gonna put Paris Hilton down. Whedon's max level, Lohan's max level. Let's see if we can get one more kill then for Jesse Tool Pusher James. Might be able to finish one off with a long-range rifle shot here. Not quite. So, everybody else is max rank here. Chris Brown is not. Let's see if we can get a long-range shot then out of Chris Brown. Can Chris Brown go downtown? Downtown Chris Brown? Like his predecessor, Downtown Julie Brown? And the answer is no, Chris Brown cannot. He actually can't even get into range. That unit is panicked, so I mean, even if we can't get him killed, it hardly matters. Yeah, why not?
Come on out.
Whatever. It's Tara Reid, we don't care. Now, let's just kill this fucker. I'm not gonna mess around with it. The minimal experience we would get for having one of our unblooded troopers, or at least less blooded troopers, get a kill on an outsider is really not worth wasting the time. It's not worth the delay. So Operation Patient Priest turned out pretty good. We were patient and ran on straight through that mission with priest-like diligence and devotion, and it paid out. No one even injured as we successfully raided a large UFO. 38 aliens got the kibosh. And I gotta say, about 30 of those aliens just ran up and stuck their own faces into a meat grinder. We had a pretty nice little kill zone established, and they just kept coming in 1 and 2 at a time. Not that I'm complaining, I actually like it when the aliens will walk into a bloody kill box and just get chewed into
If all our missions go
haggis.
as well as this one did,
No problem with that.
the aliens don't stand a chance.
Come on, Bradford, don't give us any of that shit. I think we can all agree the aliens have at least a chance. Because, you know, a lot of dead guys in our morgue, Bradford. Also, I'm pretty sure as drunk as you were, you have no idea what actually went on that mission. Do have some promotions to take care of, however. Tara Reid, I guess the curse is broken? I don't know. We've taken her down on 2 missions in a row, and on both of those missions, we've had no injuries, no one killed. I mean, that large UFO mission there was sort of a textbook mission. It went pretty damn perfectly. Squad sight, completely useless for a sniper. Resilience, not particularly useful either. Lock and load, however, it's fucking amazing, particularly once you get someone within a zone, so... Tara Reid, I think maybe it's time to declare the curse over. Perhaps the grim specter of death no longer looms over our own troopers, but over the aliens. Are they now haunted by the grim, battered visage of Tara Reid? I mean, honestly, I would be haunted by it. Have you fucking seen her? She looks like a fucking bag of trash. It truly is a haunting visage, and I gotta imagine it haunts no one more than Tara Reid herself. I mean, she has to get up every morning, look in the mirror at that shit. And if I had to get up and look in the mirror at that shit every morning, I would shriek in terror and shatter every mirror in my house, declare the image behind the glass to be a portal into some kind of haunted dimension of reality where time had ravaged me far faster than the actual pace of time should have allowed. Gotta imagine that's what Tara Reid sees when she looks in a mirror. But I digress. Enough cheap shots at Tara Reid. I mean, it's not her fault her skin looks like a fucking old piece of chewed up rawhide. I'll argue it kind of is her fault. I mean, she's the one that pounded down the 8,000 gallons of gin, but... Anyway. Let's take a look at our loot here. We did pick up an alien rifle, which is good. We desperately needed one of those as components, and captures, now that we have our plasma weapons unlocked, are going to become a fairly important part of our strategy. Another alien grenade, meh. Some sectoid corpses, meh. One muton captive, which we will eventually probably wind up trading for another trooper. Ton of Illyrium, ton of alloys, a bunch of weapon fragments we honestly don't give a shit about. 7 stasis tanks, 3 flight computers, 2 surgeries, 4 power sources, a damaged stasis tank and flight computer, a mectoid core, and a seeker wreck. Alright then, so we're going to head off to our gray market, and since we do have a bit of a cash problem, thanks to fucking Exalt, prick-ass bastards, I'm really looking forward to raiding that Exalt base. Seriously, I want to burn it all to the ground. I want to make them pay. I can never make them suffer the way they've made me suffer, but at least want a chance. Let's get to the gray market and begin selling all this extraneous bullshit. We can spare some sectoid corpses, get rid of 4 of those. Some of this stuff we actually need to hang on to for a little bit of research. Probably can spare those 2 drone wrecks. We have a ton of Illyrium and a ton of alloys, and I'm not too terribly sure we're going to be able to make use of it. Shut up, Bradford.
Tracking multiple unidentified targets.
So we're going to go down to 250 alloys. And we did just put in an order for a firestorm, I believe, not too long ago. I'm going to sell off 10 Illyrium as well. The meld, oh, I think we'll be hanging on to that. We're going to go down to 24 stasis tanks, simply because I think we've done every project that requires stasis tanks. We have so many flight computers. I am never going to get enough meld to build firestorms with all these flight computers. We have vastly more than we need. I think it's time to get rid of some. So let's get rid of... You know what? Let's go big. We're going to get rid of 7. The surgeries, we'll hang on to those. Alien power sources. Let's go down to... Again, we just have a super abundance of these things. Alright, you know what? Let's change that a bit. I'm going to go down to 24 on both power sources and flight computers. We have a hyperwave beacon, which that we got to hang on to.
We've been at it for days now. All I can think of
Damage stasis tank, damage flight computer. Anything else we need to get rid of here? Doesn't look like it. When Bradford also, by the way, said he'd been at it for days, he was talking about the drinking. He's been at his drinking for days. Why do we have 2 hyperwave beacons? One that we can sell for 2, and then there's another one down here that sells for 4. The hell is that all about? I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and just complete that transaction. We'll take our 460 bucks. Yeah, we still have 2 hyperwave beacons. That makes no kind of sense. Anyway, we've got 819 credits.
All this trouble, the aliens are probably more
Man, Bradford is a chatty drunk.
Didn't fall in line like they'd hoped.
Seriously, you talk a lot when you're wasted, Bradford. Anyway, we're going to head down to the Foundry. Dr. Shen's going to talk to us and annoy the shit out of us as his patented abilities. Now, advanced servo motors, this is an absolute must. We've got to have this. Now, it does take 8 meld, which sucks, and I'd rather that it didn't, but advanced servo motors are so good. So, we're going to begin that project, and probably advanced repair as well. Yeah, we've got everything we need. So, we are going to chew a little bit of our meld up. Advanced repair it's an absolute must. This is going to help keep our fighters skyborne much more often. So let's get that started. And for the rest of this stuff, I'm thinking, yeah, we could pass on pretty much everything else that's left as far as Foundry projects go.
Sure, production begins immediately.
We'll let Dr. Shen mull those over unto eternity because we honestly don't give a shit about them. Now, don't I have another firestorm? Did I not start building another firestorm? I'm almost positive I did. Is it just not on the list yet because it's going to take so long? Let's go back to engineering. I want to make sure I started that second firestorm. Apparently I did not. Oh, that's right. I came down here to do it, but we didn't have enough cash. So, our last 400 is our... I don't think it's built yet. Nope, we've still got 9 days for our Illyrium generator, and our last 400 credits then, as much as I would like to build another firestorm, we probably should save onto those for the hyperwave generator. We need to get that built. We also need another satellite uplink so that we can finish our final base raid. 9 days. Can we make enough cash in 9 days to build that firestorm? If there's another large UFO, the answer to that question is yes, because we've been making a fantastic fortune on every one of those transports we raid. We can't get hacked by Exalt, so we don't have to worry about the cash. You know what? I think probably the smarter decision is to do our final excavation with 80 credits and then just bank our 400. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We'll hold off on the firestorm. We haven't really needed it yet anyway. We only have one over North America, and I would like to have at least one piece of advanced weaponry to put on another firestorm. So we'll just bank our cash for now and consider how most wisely to invest that once our power situation has been sorted out. And with all our maintenance tasks done and another successful large UFO raid, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. We really do appreciate your support as the Terra Readathon draws to its close in the final hour. Now, we are still mostly short of our goal in pledges, and it looks like the curse will remain a problem that was going to thwart us for the foreseeable future, but who knows what the future holds. Research breakthroughs happen every day. Maybe the luckiest alien in the world will splatter her face across the ground with a lucky shot. All we can do is pray, folks. Rub those prayer beads. And if you'd like to make sure and, view that splatterific, fantastic event, make sure to subscribe as well so you don't miss any hot Tara Reid action. That made me actually shudder a little bit when I said hot Tara Reid action. That's a horrible thing to even think about. But consider subscribing as well, and we'll see you again soon.